Hey man, I bumped into a lot of. I'm exaggerating when I say a lot, but I bumped into some fans on multiple occasions.
Oh, say word.
Yeah, man, and they want to meet in person. You know what I mean? Like,
Man, we might pull up then, bro.
yeah, man.
Oh, so look. I'm at Punchline with Josh Wolf last week.
Nice.
Was it Josh?
Nope. John?
It was either with Josh or with Ida Rodriguez. But I'm talking about multiple people came up to me and was like, "Where's the podcast?" Oh, no exaggeration. And then you know how like when a comic comes to holler at you after your set and was like, "Yo, good set," versus when a comic say, "Yo, when you said the thing about the peanut butter and the Pringles," like, they was in tune with the show. You know what I mean? In a sense of like, "Yo, I like the way this happened," and then I get my sports info from y'all. Then I get relationship stuff, and BT is ridiculous, but I love it. And as they say, it's like, they say, "Yo, does BT really feel that way about Lil Bow Wow?" I said, "Oh, you ain't seen the posters in his room."
Oh, wait, hold on, wait, dog. Oh, I thought the angle of my camera was revealing shit. I was like, wait a minute. They say my off the leash tour, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Ghost status, baby Bow Wow.
You know what I mean?
It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, man. I know, man. Damn, but it's cool to really come back and feel like, hey, you necessary. You know? Yeah, you necessary, man. You know, because sitting off a year being told you wasn't essential, you know, man, that still don't sit well with me.
Right.
You know,
right.
The whole world was like, "No, we don't need comedy," and then I think they realizing how important it is. You know,
comedy is extremely important, bro.
Yeah,
and super difficult. Super difficult. I don't know if it's the most difficult anymore, but it's up there. it's high up there. It's an interesting space too, man, because like there was a comedy was on life support, bro, during COVID. It was no stages, nigga.
I know. Right.
Somebody asked me about the factory. They was like, "Man, you be there a lot. Like they really rock with you. Like, how do I get in?" I was like, "Bro, I don't even know how to tell you, because I had barely got passed. But just because you passed don't mean you get dates. You know what I mean?" And then I started getting dates after the pandemic, but I think it's because of what happened during the pandemic. When them niggas was doing them online internet Instagram shows to no audience, I was in that bitch. That bitch going hard, nigga, risking it all for niggas on the internet.
Yo, man, look at this. Do you trade? Look at this. This is off topic almost, but not really. Do you trade 20 years of comedy for 20 years of just straight spitting lyrics? Just straight. Do you trade it?
I could just start comedy after that. No.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could, man.
Because vice versa seemed way tougher. No, but I do wish I had attempted this before, just because where I feel like I'd be now. But I love comedy though.
I think that's everybody with stand-up though. Like, not everybody, but a lot of people are like, "Damn, what I could have did if I'd have just started 5 years earlier."
Bro,
until you start reaching some things that you're proud of and you're like, "Yep, it's right on time."
Bro, I talked to Isaiah Keller the other day. He started when he was 10. Isaiah's 30.
Yeah.
Crazy, nigga. Because I remember when he started. Let me not say I remember when he started. I remember when I met him, he was dumb young.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been but 14, maybe 15, if that.
Yeah.
It was super, super young. Because it was around that like coming to the stage time with Corey Fernandez and Lil JJ and even Brandon T. Jackson, all them.
Yo, man, I'm noticing origin stories changing. I might be on that list where your story of how you started evolving, and it'd be different. And the age be different, the location, man.
He'd be like, yo, this nigga been 25 for like 25 years.
Right.
This is incredible.
Yeah, because I'm definitely, in my 30s. Definitely like 32, 31.
I can see it in your face.
Hey, man.
Look how clear your skin.
Come on, man. It's that water, baby.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey man, like I want to stay here. Let me just knock this out real quick. Welcome everybody to Black T University, episode 83. Here with Mikey Winfield, Lance Woods, and BT Kingsley. Yeah, man. That man. So right.
You ain't did that in a while, bro.
No, I know,
yeah, man. But it still sounds fresh.
Yeah, Yeah,
like you've been cheating on us doing other intros.
Oh man, what if that is revealed? It's a whole bunch of those intros in these streets, man, on other podcasts.
Say, man, I brought Juan Epstein back, bro, and I heard the intro. It was a little Joe Budden podcast. And I was like, what sound familiar?
Yeah. It was interesting.
We find out Mike is the Ice-ish dude. New Ice and Ish. New Rory and Marla. Isn't it Mike doing all those goddamn voiceovers?
Drops.
Niggas, the Michael Buffer of podcast intros.
Man, it's been so much shit happening, bro.
Oh my God.
And we just gotta catch up, man. How y'all been?
Everything is great.
Everything
is great. Everything is great, man. I mean, yeah, man, it's been a lot going on. It's a lot of good stuff going on, man.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Then it'd be like certain stuff that's been going on, but you can't all the way talk about. So,
hey, man, I like it when we had that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That
just put a good warm, fuzzy, in your aura.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because you want to do, man, my peripherals is all over the place. So so I look at the corner of my eye, right? And it's like some sports thing on, and they're talking about, I think, Steph possible return, right? Have you seen is it How Can I Help You, or not sorry to bother you?
Yeah, I seen Sorry to Bother You.
So you saw the whole movie?
Yeah.
Nigga, Steph was walking like this, and I thought this nigga had the sorry to bother you face. Nigga, I thought this nigga face like was a horse. Nigga, what the fuck is going on? I was like, why is this horse finna shoot through the 3-pointer? Nigga, it looked crazy because he was moving this slow. That was a stupid ass movie.
Nah.
Have you seen that movie?
Nah, I know it's Lakeith though, right?
Yeah.
That shit was stupid.
It's about black people pretty much code switching, and it's a whole metaphoric thing, and then these niggas turn into horses and cocaine. Yeah, it's all over.
It get. That when that happened, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I almost left the theater. I was like, the fuck? But it happens like 2/3 into the film. Just all of a sudden, niggas got horse heads.
Yeah.
And just talking, and like, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Not like for comedic purpose, like, nah, nigga, they was really horses the whole time. Shit, it's random as fuck. I'm sorry, I don't even remember what the fuck I was talking about. That shit threw me off so much.
You talking about how Steph looked like a horse?
Yeah, but I don't remember what I was saying that before that. That shit looked crazy.
Yeah. But so hold on, man. Man, I probably should have asked. I'm gonna just say it, and then your face is gonna say if I can keep talking. Give me 5. All right, cool.
Yeah, baby.
All right, cool.
We out here, baby. We back.
Cool. So it's give me 5 stuff going on. Then we had radio stuff going on. Then we had live show stuff going on. You know what I mean? It's just been a lot. Mike been all over the globe. Where have you been, Mike?
Yo, I've been to Masalon, I've been to Cabo, I've been to Vegas. I've been on it might be national television. You know, man, like, yo, man, it's been crazy, man. You know, it's about to be Utah for some dry bar clean comedy hour specials, man. It's a lot popping, man. I'm talking about Commercial Land is like,
yeah, Commercial Land always lit, baby.
Yo, man, that's been like, yeah, man, it's been well. It's been great, man.
And for those just listening, it's such a weird spot because in the business that we're in, what happens is you book something, you do something, you're prepping something, you're auditioning for something, and things are moving in the right direction. Some shit you've already shot, some shit's already in a really good space, but you be on NDA, so you can't say nothing. So it's like, I want to tell y'all, but I can't. It's like until the ink's dry and checks are cut, you know, them edits can go away. Like them edits, you see the edit, you're like, oh fuck no. I remember I shot a U.S. bank, showed up, booked it, got the call back, got the avails, booked it. Okay, show up to set, shoot, film, eat lunch, talk to directors and producers. That motherfucker, They hit me on the random, like, yeah, we won't be needing you to hold you for this spot anymore, yada, yada, yada. I got the day rate. The day rate's always cool. It's like, okay, got that little day rate check, got the fitting and the COVID. No commercial. I was like, oh.
Hey, man, you know what, though? Some stuff I'm going to talk about. Like, if I audition for, like, not even audition, if I get booked for, like, let's say Power or some hot show, and there's a chance I might get cut out, I'm going to still tell everybody I was in that bitch, man. Like, I was there. I met these people. Here's some self. Maybe it didn't air, but I was there, man. And that's
absolutely.
I'm going to talk about it. But then there's that other stuff, man. It's like, oh, I can't say it. Like you
can't say it.
But I want to. But if people do see it, hey, man, it's gone. It could get interesting.
Look at the twinkle in his eye. And they get that tweak. Yeah. You know this shit good.
Well, hey, man, we'll see. We'll see.
Because, I mean, a lot of it I'm convinced, man, good tape, bro. Good tape. If you can get yourself in a situation with good tape, like where you've been recorded or filmed doing this thing dope, and people see that, that's it. Like sometimes the good tape happens to be a movie that made $100,000 at the box office or $100 million at the box office, with Tiff and fucking Girls Trip. Sometimes a good tape is something that got you an Academy Award that didn't that many people see. Sometimes a good tape is something you put together. Sometimes a good tape is a TV, or sometimes good tape is Tyrese singing on the bus. Good tape. Good tape change shit. You be like, oh man, that nigga delivered on. When you deliver and didn't nobody see it, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Did y'all see the All the Smoke episode with Dame Dash?
I saw snippets. I didn't see the whole thing.
Same.
You seen the snippet when he's talking to Steven Jackson about acting?
Yes.
And
it was beautiful.
And it's just on tape. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, look, you got 6 cameras. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, this is the scenario. Y'all 2 ex-basketball players arguing over a girl. Action.
That's it.
All right, cut. Yeah, there you go. Now you've acted.
Yeah. Yeah. You got the location there. He's like, what's stopping you?
Oh, not Steven Jackson definitely had a problem for every solution.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He had a problem for every solution.
Would that be that? Wouldn't that? You know how they say you be in your own way, like nigga. But when I tell you I'm big healthy for the last 2 days, big healthy. Because I remember I made dedications on here to July to my birthday. I was like, oh, I got about 90 days. I was like, let me kick it into high gear because I got basically 100 days. I was like, a little bit, probably a little more, a little less to the 29th of July, but yeah, May, June, July, yeah, nigga, it's April. It's mid-April.
Hey, it's April right now.
It's April.
It's April as fuck, and it's the 14th. Like about 105 days. So I've been on it, and I'm gonna start working out tomorrow. I just went for but I was like, I said by late July, nigga, we was gonna be right.
Hey man,
it's right.
Hey man, so last weekend.
Then they keep turning to the side so we can see this line, bro. You see this mic, and they keep flexing on us, bro.
Yeah. So, the last weekend or the weekend before that, I gotta go to LA. I gotta go to LA to do some filming, right?
Yeah.
Boom. And I'm on chocolate Sundaes. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, my flight. I had an issue with my flight. They pulled me off the plane. You know what I mean? Because they say a nigga to bomb. Whatever. So so I'm hitting BT like, yo, I'm trying to make it, I'm gonna try to get to chocolate Sundaes. I might hit Lonnie up and say, yo, I can't make it. BT says, oh yeah, just so you know, I'm hosting chocolate Sundaes.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. BT know I'm not doing first impressions. Oh, this nigga hosting the big show. Both them hoes.
Damn.
Both them hoes. Man.
So check this out. I go talk to the pilot and I say, fuck your plane. I'll walk. But if you think I ain't about to get to LA, you out your rabbit ass mind. So I go and he hosts them both them hoes.
He ain't gonna tell you about the standing no he got though. He gonna leave that part out.
We ain't talking about that. He hosted both them hoes. So if you think he's not gonna be right by July.
Oh, nigga, because hey, when I saw the video, I was like, only thing missing from this, some motherfucking abs, nigga.
Hey, join the club, baby.
That's the only thing missing.
Join the ab club, baby.
You know what I mean? Because I felt right, fit was right, but the fit wasn't right, you know?
Check this out.
Sweater had a little slack and cuff. I was like, damn. I could have killed him.
Check this out. So the the pictures hit the website, the Chocolate Sundaes site.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what a young lady texted me.
Look at BT. Fat as fuck. Big girly.
All right. So then she said first, I look good, but that was separate. Then she said second, BT's sweater is fire, and I would like one. Please find out where he got it. And then she said BT gained his COVID weight back. But that ain't the point. That ain't the point at all. The point is,
nigga,
sweater was fire and she want one.
So, Mike, I feel like we had this conversation on here before. And if not, we've had it in person. Bro, there is being in LA and being comfortable to just do you is a level of freedom, right? Like, I'm going to be here, I'm going to do these shows, and I'm going to have fun. Like, I don't have to, I'm not doing the structured showcasing 5 or showcasing 7.
Right.
Fuck it, bro. Like, I will see, nigga, I live here, bro. It is what it is. Nigga. Nigga, them letting me host, bro. Because now, mind you, I'm in the middle of filming Give Me 5 at the time, and they say, hey, man, you know, what you doing Sunday? And I was like, nigga, I don't know where my voice gonna be Sunday, because that'll be 8 shows into 10. I'm like, nigga, I'm filming 3 shows that day. I know that. And I don't get off set till 5:30. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel at 7. Nigga said, oh, we wanted to see if you wanted to host. I said, well, I guess I'll fucking figure it out, nigga. You know what's crazy? I feel better already. Because them opportunities don't come along. And mind you, I'm not the official host of Still Takara, Still Ron, none of that shit. But just the opportunity, I think Ron's on like tour now, so he had some tour dates. I think Takara was out, and you know, Sid's in New York, and I think Keon was just there. Was like a lot of stuff going on, and I just happened to be the call, and I was like, nigga, yes. Oh, and the biggest yes. And then I looked up, nigga, and sidekick was Rip One, nigga. I was like, they have no idea, nigga.
It was real tough to crash this shit here.
Man, they ain't never seen me this free, bro. They ain't never seen it. It felt like the second show Saturday at the Bay Area Black Tummy was like, fire, nigga. I'll be capable to tell you something. First show, fire, nigga. Second show, more fire, nigga. So fire, both of them bitches, nigga. That shit felt great. And I started doing this thing to just make every show I host my own. Like if I'm at the factory or wherever, I don't leave the stage. Like, so when the show's over, nigga, I just be like, bye, y'all. And I just say, no, everybody just get out. Like, I just talk to them while they leave it. I was like, nigga, I start doing it. I do it every time I host at the factory. And I'm like, no, the show is over. You guys just, like, get the fuck out. But I just like to make it creepy. All right, appreciate you. Like, and I just talked to everybody, did that shit. I was like, all these random footprints that just, it happened, bro. That shit happened, man. Got to host Chocolate Sundays. That felt good. Like, one for the record books.
Oh man, that shit was a fantastic night of comedy.
And this nigga Lance was on the show too.
Oh my god,
couldn't have been a better night, baby. So unless you was there, mate, but you know what I mean. You was in Tawanga. I don't know where that nigga is.
Yo, man, I was in some Mexican spot, hey man, and I was doing shit, man, brand new, man. I'm shirtless on the beach now. Did I got like abs at an angle? You know, man. So
abs at an angle.
Yo, man, it's wild. I'm in selfies, right? So I'm like, oh man, this is real now. You know, people's like, oh, you're funny, blah blah blah. And they taking pictures, man. And I'm talking. I'm seeing like, all right, good. I gotta keep doing this, you know, because man, I found out you're not supposed to just keep working the abs or something, or the same muscle, and it's something called endometry something.
Yeah, hypertrophy.
Yeah, that right there, right? So you're supposed to like do it every 3 days, but I'm like, nah, that's not how you get results. You got to work that bitch every day, you know?
Yeah.
Man? So, but I had to take days off, man, because it was like
the rest is just important. It's just as important for the muscles. The rest and water.
I wasn't trying to hear it, man, but I went through with it. I'm trying to get balance in my life, man. You know, between the comedy and the muscles and stuff and family. You know, you gotta. Yeah, you just gotta figure it out, man.
Comedy and the muscles are two of the most important things that's going right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
it's really hot right now.
The goal that I set was for the 29th of July, but there are dates set in July that, I mean, at that point in time, I'm only 20 days left. It should be some different results by then. Shit should be different by like the 4th of July. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
4th of July.
4th of July weekend should be, you know what I mean?
Weekend. Sacramento punchline.
You know what I mean?
Man, you talking about Black Tea University returns?
I'm just saying, bro. You know what I mean?
4th of July weekend.
This might they lock this in. You know what I mean? Fuck around, be every year. 4th of July weekend. You know what's take who here? That's already on the books. Sorry, Eddie Murphy, it's booked.
Bars, nigga.
Sorry, it's booked. Punchline can't do no shows on July 4th. Nigga, that's our weekend, Cass. Yeah, man. It's been a
So this has been a common comedy question, right? That's come up. So it's two things, right? All right, boom, boom. Which hand y'all want to go with first?
Right, man.
You know what time it is. I'm going with the watch.
Yeah, man. I'm there. I'm there with
Left
that.
hand?
Okay. You know what time it is. I'm going with the watch.
With the watch. So Gerard Carmichael dropped his special. The name, what's his name? The name of the special is his actual first name. Let me get it right because I don't want to. Rothaniel. Rothaniel, yeah.
Okay.
The name of his special is Rothaniel because apparently that's his actual first name. Gerard is his middle name that he goes by. Now,
gotcha.
With his special, he comes out the closet and talks about his homosexuality.
Nice.
Have you seen it?
I have not. I don't even know where it's at. Where is it?
HBO.
Okay, so HBO Max. Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Hey man, I got HBO Max. Is that separate? Is HBO and HBO Max different? Because I got HBO Max.
If you have HBO, you have HBO Max.
Y'all started watching that Magic joint, that Lakers thing? Hey man, let's talk about that later.
Fuck yeah, let's talk about that later.
All right, go ahead. Special.
Yeah. So he comes. But y'all haven't seen it.
No.
Okay. So he comes out, and it's almost like he's sitting down the whole time. It looks really good. It's like dark with the spotlight on him. He just kind of sits there, and he's just kind of talking like this with the microphone, and it's not really like jokey. It's just like he's just a storyteller, talking about his family history and so on and so forth. Then he talks about him. Then he comes out and says he's gay, and then almost like from that point on, the rest of it is just about dealing with that or his relationships with his mom and all of that. You know what I mean? Because I guess he comes from a strong church background, a Christian background or something. So yeah. But this is the part that was confusing to me. Personally, is I thought this nigga came out a long time ago.
He did,
man. In some home videos or something.
That's what I thought. I thought
it was a home video,
and I thought he said something on the Breakfast Club. Yeah. So when I seen it, I didn't understand why it was like news. I thought he been said he was gay.
Well, everybody hadn't heard it. Man, like when you do something on YouTube and it got like 100,000 views, but then you get a bigger platform. So is it really coming out again, or is it just like, hey man, guess what? Y'all ain't heard? I think so. Everybody knows,
right? And then he did Saturday Night Live too.
I didn't see the Saturday Night Live.
I didn't either. But I saw the shirt he wore.
You mean he came out on there too?
I saw the shirt he wore.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up now. I didn't see the Saturday Night Live thing at all.
Was that recent? Was that recent?
It was right after the special. It was literally probably the same week.
Well, everybody knows, man, when you do a late night, when you drop a special, depending on how much content you have, a lot of people do the same jokes from their special on their late night to advertise.
Well, I didn't. Now, mind you, you're probably right. Yeah. But I didn't see the set. I saw the shirt, and I was like, if you only button that many buttons, normally you have a guitar. So it's like, if you don't have no guitar with that outfit, I was like, oh, okay, my bro.
Hey man, didn't Eddie Murphy like wear purple with his? Did he have his chest out?
He did that for the special.
He had a guitar at some point in his life. He did party all the time. So either if you wear that, you're either gay or Joe Torre.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're either at that frame, because ain't nobody gonna say nothing to Joe Torre.
You mean
like you
ever be at the
Yeah, hell yeah. You ever see You ever go to like a spot and the security guard have like a weird ass haircut? You be like, oh, this nigga can fight. This nigga just have like a circle with a lightning bolt and then one dread coming out of this side. You be like, that nigga's clearly.
Hey man, let me tell you why I hate them dudes too, man. The ones that got that and can fight, because they'll pat you down at the door. You had candy in your pocket and they'll steal your shit. And you're like, what? You're not allowed to bring Jolly Ranchers in the club? What the fuck, man? And then you can't really say nothing because of that ponytail. Now you trying to talk to girls, man, but now you got regular breath. Because I was about to eat that apple Jolly Rancher.
Hey, talking to a girl with the green sour apple Jolly Rancher breath is weird.
Come on, man. That was the dub. That was always the dub, man.
Either that or the grape. You can get over with the grape and the water, but Jolly Ranchers in general, great, but nothing beats that green apple.
Nothing beats the green apple, man. You be in the air. She could get a little essence of it. You can say kind of the right stuff, man. And like the night was coasting. Then you move on. You know?
And if you smart, that it'll keep your lips from being chapped too.
Right.
Nigga, that candy apple.
The more you know, people.
I ain't got so much pussy off that green apple. It's like a cologne for your mouth, nigga. Cause gum will get to wavering on you. You know what I mean? Cause like an old gum breath, that's a hard time, man. Cause now you just chew a gum, but you ain't having no effect.
Yeah, man. I think the Jolly Ranchers was better for me too, because I'm like hella smacky. Like I'm extra smacky. So the Jolly Ranchers, you just kind of plant that. You just plant that inside, and when it's there, you could just still talk at the same time, you know?
Yeah, nigga said I'm hella smacky. Oh my God. Yeah, man. No, you gotta but I saw the I didn't see the special. I watched it though, because Gerard's funny. So I remember when go ahead.
Wait, but don't you feel like at this point, like maybe it's labeled different? You're not so much watching stand-up. You're just watching a performance or a show or a one-man show or just art in general. And I wouldn't necessarily say, would you say, because I haven't seen it, but are you watching stand-up comedy when you watch this?
Well, he sat down the whole time. So
okay.
It's sit-down comedy. Now it don't, man, I feel like, man, and this is just, I've had this opinion for a while. I feel like a lot of comics took the essence of Dave Chappelle without the comedy part. So they took the conversationalism, the mysteriousness, without the punchlines and without the silly shit and without the, just the act outs. They just took we can just kind of chill and kind of be thought provoking, but the gig is still comic.
Hey man, do you think that Chappelle he got that from, like, let's say, who else was doing it? Bill Cosby?
Well, Bill Cosby was storytelling. Because Bill Cosby wasn't even really touching on a lot of shit when he was getting down like that. He was storytelling about his family and stuff.
Yeah, right, right.
I mean, I'm sure there's other people that did it. I just know when Chappelle did it most recently, every comic, or it felt like a bunch of comics was like, I want that.
Yeah.
You mean that more introspective, like public speaking style
versus just let me go be hilarious.
Yeah.
It's no different. I feel like I said this on here before, but if not, I'm gonna say it again and whatever. I feel like the same thing happened in rap. When everybody was like, I mean, he can rap, but I mean, and it's like, no, ain't no I mean. He's a rapper and he can rap. Like, when do we start? He's a comic and he's hilarious. That's what comics say. I mean, he's funny, but I mean, he didn't change the world. It's like he ain't supposed to. He's a comic.
Right.
Hey man, is it safe to say, like, I think it's way harder to write punchlines, to really like go and like write jokes versus like, man, if I sat up there and just told you what was going on in my house and charged you for that, I could do that any night, but it's, maybe because I already got the punchlines in my back pocket. I just feel like that would be really easy. Hey man, I think naturally, just because of what we do, we already are vulnerable. You get me, man? Like,
nigga, that's hilarious. If I just decide to go on stage and just talk to y'all, that should be easy.
Hey. Hey man, yeah, man. However, hey man, look at this. However, to your average person that's watching from home, that's their biggest fear. Their biggest fear is public speaking.
Yes.
Let alone with expectations of, being funny. I just feel like we come from a place where we're very vulnerable. We've been doing this forever. It's like being in front of people is not even close to the hard part anymore. At all.
Yes. Bro, it's interesting. It's interesting because, like, if you could just talk, that's great. If you could talk, and here's the funny part: people that just talk, that are literally just there to get a message, them niggas cheap by doing a little bit of comedy. You gonna see a really good pastor, or you gonna see a really good public speaker. You be like, oh, this nigga lightweight hilarious. That's the only reason that I'm not asleep right now. But when you see somebody that's hilarious, it's like if that's impressive, if they can then double that with also giving you, because I think there's a lost art, and people are trying to make it Chappelle, but you got to be Chappelle to be Chappelle, right? You have to know as much shit as Chappelle know a bunch of shit. You got to know shit. If you don't know shit, then just talk genuinely about the shit that you know, right? Like I'd run circles around Chappelle talking about Marvel shit, right? I believe, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know him to be a comic book head like that, but you get to talking about other shit, and that nigga's going to have a wealth of information of this shit. He's just one of the people that just know a bunch of shit. But if you don't know a bunch of shit, then just talk about the shit you know. But just talk about that shit. So that way, when people say you ain't talking about shit, it's not that you ain't talking about anything important. It's just like you're literally not talking about anything. The whole set can be about, nigga, literally shit. You ain't even talk about that. You just like, man, when you boo-boo, man, boo-boo be coming out. So anyway, man, gas is high. It's like, nigga, this nigga ain't talking about shit. Like, if you was talking about shit, you'd be like, man, what's crazy about boo-boo? The defecation of, fetal infantaries, blah, blah, blah. Then it would be interesting. Whatever it is.
Yes, people who are staying in their lane.
Stay in your lane, your family, your life, your perspective. Like, that's what we're here for. People be talking. Sometimes comics be on stage being funny with no perspective. And that's when everything sounds hacky. Those are the horrible niggas.
Because like you can talk about gas because it's a thing. But what is your perspective on the gas? What is your take? What is your very original joke about it? Your mic is off, BT.
Touche.
You know what I mean? So, like, I don't ever get into that thing. Like, I don't feel like I got to go on stage and talk about something that's never been talked about before.
Yeah.
Because even within that, you can lose a lot of relatability. If you're talking about some stuff that the crowd don't know or give a fuck about.
You be one of the weird ass alt comics that's talking about fucking cat paws or whatever the fuck they be talking about.
Yeah. And there's a way to make that hilarious.
Yeah.
But I'm not the person to do it because I don't give a fuck about cats. Sorry, Peter.
I do try to make it I don't know. I think normally my takes are highly passionate and slightly obscure anyway, so that services me. It's like I'm not trying to be different. I just happen to not believe that shit.
Yeah.
And be daring enough to say that, because when you do find those tidbits, then more likely than not, there's somebody in the audience that agrees with you.
I remember when I first started, early on, probably my first 8 months to a year. I used to write these jokes, and there's premises now that I hear people do a remnant of, and I wrote this 10 years ago, but I didn't know how to make it funny necessarily. But I used to try to write, and it was almost like I was outsmarting the crowd.
Yeah.
That thing, it was like, nah, this is gonna be the joke that changes history.
Yeah.
So I had this joke. I'll tell y'all 2 premises that I had. One that I've heard not done, but I've heard play it around, but not like what I was saying. So one of the premises of a joke that I had was how white people started having pet dogs when they couldn't have slaves no more. You see what I'm saying? But it was just like, I'm a new comic, but I'm like, and this is just me looking at the world. Like, yo, they really, if you listen and look, you say, yo, I see a lot of correlations here.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear about the slaves feeding the dogs.
Side note, when people say that they dogs is like people, I'd be like, it's not though. Like, if you don't have if you don't have a it's like, yeah, my dog is like my kid. I was like, how do your kids feel when you say that? It's got to be different. I saw my nephew running around the house. It's got to be different. I can't leave this nigga at home by himself. Yeah. Or maybe I don't care about animals correctly. It's either one.
Yeah, you can't leave him home in a cage. You can't.
Yeah. I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a lot on the line. You leave your kid in a cage, 20 minutes.
Or shit on this fucking blanket or wherever dog shit. I don't know. And then I had this other joint. The premise of the joke was like, it was like, how bad was Hitler? This is the kind of shit I was writing when I first started comedy.
Yeah.
In the beginning. I got old books, and this is me writing. I wrote down every thought I ever had. You
realized until you was Jay-Z until you realized Common was broke.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, and I was doing the numbers like, okay, Hitler killed this many Jews, but if this many Africans was killed during slavery, who's the evil person behind it? Because if Hitler's the worst person ever created, that's what history teaches us. How many black people do you have to kill to be considered Hitler evil?
Yeah.
But I just never worked these things out on stage because, with those kind of jokes, you really gotta go through them, and you really gonna have to go on stage and like have the uncomfortable moments and all of that. With a lot of these jokes, it's like, if they don't work, they don't work, but it's not like, oh, you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah, man. And you go places like We in the Touch, man. They don't always give you the time to work out a slow play joke, man.
Yeah.
Like rhythmatic. I've suffered sometimes when I'm like trying to work out the slower bits in rooms where you got to pace up. So it's kind of that thing too, man. It's almost like, which rooms are the workout rooms?
Let me ask you this. Where do your new jokes come from? I'm asking for 2 reasons. One, because I think we're in a perspective of the world where people don't understand where stand up, like the art form, like there's something getting lost for the art form of like having an idea, thinking it's funny, and then having to go on stage and work meticulously through the word, the rhythm, the timing, the pattern, the essence of how you say it, the inflections in your voice, like the stage presence, all these different things, where you're going to stand on stage. Are you on the lip? Are you in the foreground? Are you in the background? Are you to the side of the stage? Are you leaning on something? Like to do all those things to make the joke actually work, right? So the question is, where does new material come to y'all from? Like what like you say something on stage, or two or three, like okay, let me make sure I say this right. Either one, you say something on stage and you're like, oh shit, this is a bit and I got to figure this out. Or two, a joke comes to you and you're like, okay, now I have to literally go do the work of doing this joke. Mm-hmm. Like, how does the initial idea come to y'all?
Hey man, I'm on the ladder, man. I'm in a spot where stuff happens to me all the time because there's just a lot going on. It's always been that way for me, where it's just so much family stuff, it's so much that I take in, and then I'm like, my fault is that I don't venture out incredibly much, you know? So I'll write something and I'll say, okay, this needs to be a full-fledged joke. And then I got a whole bunch of those that are like, okay, these are all seeds. And I'm planting these seeds to be the next special. And it just starts from like, oh, that happened. Jot that down. I want to talk about this. There's a bunch of stuff I don't want to talk about, but this is funny to me. I want to talk about the origin of breast milk. That's just funny to me. So
Gotcha.
it's just certain things like that, man, where I linger in that world of just trying to stretch out the stuff that I specifically want to talk about, versus I see other things and I'm like, oh, that would be funny to people, but it doesn't interest me like that.
Right. What about you, man?
I get a lot of stuff conversationally. So I was just laughing. Shout out to Tony Baker. I know we all watch Tony Baker on Breakfast Club.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And we all know Tony. I've only called Tony Baker on the phone twice. And this was years ago. And I was trying to get him for this show. One time he was they was doing the straight out of comedy thing at the Punchline. And I'm like trying to call him to get the details, and he would just text. And I didn't know him. Now I know how notorious he is for not wanting to talk on the phone.
Nigga hates talking on the phone.
At all, right? Now, for me, I don't necessarily like talking on the phone either, but I realized that I get a lot of great material talking on the phone. Because, you know, when you just talk to people, see, this is what happens, man, in my belief. You're a great comedian, I'm a great comedian, which means you don't really know what's funny to people. You know what's funny to you. So when I'm talking on the phone, if I'm talking to someone and he or she is telling me something, my response, and they just start laughing. I wasn't telling a joke. That was my actual response.
Right.
And they start laughing. So now I say, okay, then something is funny here. Because I haven't even added the exaggerations. I haven't even added the punchline.
Yeah.
That was my actual thought to what you said to me.
Yeah.
That's really how I feel about that. So I had a, this is the joke. I'm going to say this joke tonight. This girl was talking to me. And she was like talking relationship stuff. And she was like, I'm just sick of these men, blah, 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 blah. And it's like sometimes they feel like they don't want a woman. They want a mom. And I'm not trying to be nobody's mama. I'm at the point now to where it's just like, yo, if you want to come to me already healed. I'm not finna be, trying to heal no man. If you want my time, come to me already healed. But this bitch just got a BBL. You not even healed. You know what I mean? Like,
literally.
You feel me? That was the so now I just start to add the punchlines.
Yeah.
To add the cheese to it. But that was my actual thought when she was saying that to
me. you just got off that Delta flight, baby girl.
Yeah. You're not even healed. You know what I mean? Like, but without the conversation with her, I don't know where the joke comes from because I don't sit around and think about that kind of stuff.
No, man, I get that. There's power in conversation.
Power in conversation, man. So a lot of the stuff, and then me and Tony do that all the time. Roberts, like Tony will call me and say something, and we'll go back and forth off of that. And if we can't do that, then the joke probably don't got no legs.
Yeah. There's also a lot of power in having conversations with civilians. It's like
that's what I'm talking about. It's civilians.
Yeah, because like this nigga Terrell will tell you over and over again, like, nah, man, I made BT funny. Like, he says this shit all the time because I legit started taking this nigga life and just using it as material. This nigga don't never use it. Like, this mine, nigga. This happened to me. like, so just having conversation with people, to be that same thing, we get to talking about something, and the back and forth is where the humor is. So I made addendums to that of like things that I know well or that I can just talk about in general. Now, how can I make this funny, and where do my frustrations lie? Like either within the thing I know well and or just in general, right? If I know how to make something, if something irritates me to a high extent, like this really bothers me. Now, how do I make this funny? Like right now, I'll tell you one out right at the gate. I don't like it. I see plenty of people do this, right? Plenty of comics do this. I don't like it.
I already know what you're about to say. And look,
I like that shit, bro.
I've seen it today, and I didn't send it to you, but I can let it go.
I don't like when comedians are doing dates. You're not the headliner. And then you go out of your way to say, yo, come see me at these places, and you don't make mention of the headliner. Like, it just seems so ridiculous to me. I'm just like, as a nigga that's toured with headliners, right? It's just like, it's just like weird. I'm just like, why would you say it like that? I go out of my way, right? Man, I'm Mikey doing a tour, right? It's the MW tour, right? It's going down. Winfield takes on the world, right? And he has all the stuff. He has all the promo material. And then I go out of my way to make a flyer that don't mention Mike at all. It just say, yeah, man, you know, I'm on tour. I'm coming to your city. It's just like, but I'm really not, though. You are. And I can't, and I can 1000% be wrong. But I know that it bothers me. And I don't know why it bothers me. It's just like over the years, I've just seen it happen. I saw it happen a couple years ago with this dude I know, and he did it. And I caught him. I said, nigga, don't do that. Like, bro, don't do that. Like they need, when it's your turn, it's your turn. I'm not into making something like every step counts. Every achievement counts, but I'm not into making this huge noise about achievement like it's the achievement unless it's the achievement. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna hear me say I'm going on tour as me, like this is my tour, come see me, unless it's my tour and you're coming to see me.
Hey man, so I hear you on that. And I think that's like honorable, and I get that. And I'll say this, but this is like a twist. If I'm headlining, man, and someone I bring, you know, everybody got fans. And I know I'm probably gonna have like 20 million in another month or something like that. You know, like you said, our time is coming, but this is how I feel or whatever, you know. But
yeah.
I get it, man. I get these people. If they want to do that on my show, I guess it is kind of weird. That is kind of weird. You know, I'm sitting here ready to agree with or see it the other way or these people. Because I get it, man. We come up in an individual sport, but you are kind of granted an opportunity to be a part of this show because they didn't necessarily have to have you. But what about when you go to let's just say Arkansas, right? And somebody that live in Arkansas is featuring that week and they just invite people. I guess they should let people know they're not headlining, right?
No, I'm okay. So I'm there's addendums, right? If it's one thing for you to be like, I'm doing a show, like you said, in Arkansas, and Arkansas has put somebody on the show. You don't have no connection to me. You do whatever you want. It really ain't got shit to do with me. Thank you for the people that you bring, because I probably need them there. But if this is how I know it's bullshit, because you wouldn't want nobody to do that shit to you. You wouldn't want nobody to do that shit to you. It's like Lakers fans at the Kings game. It's like, no, nigga. It's like, I know y'all coming. I'm glad y'all bought a ticket, but don't say shit to me about my cowbell, nigga. Like, this is a home game for us, nigga. And if you don't like it, you can get the fuck out. It's just weird, bro. It's just like it's weird because I know you wouldn't. In my brain, you wouldn't want nobody to do it to you. And then not one person in particular, I see it all the time.
Yeah.
That's just irritating to me. So now, to make a long story short, I'm trying to figure out how to make that funny. Because it's like, shit that irritates me or bothers me this much is like, okay, now where's the analogies? Where's the punchline? Because this was my real reaction and like, hearing like a bathroom fan. I'm like, yo, I fucking hate this so much, bro. You ever be in a bathroom and you cut on the light and the light is heated? You're like, oh, that's like warm. Doesn't bother me one bit. But when that fucking fan and light is one piece, I'm like, shitting in the dark.
So, man, you're passionate about this in a way that you would make a whole audience understand this, which means like if you're headlining, that means it's gonna come off like you talking shit about one of the people that's
about the
feature. Because until you said it, I never paid attention, and even still, I understand it. I laugh at it. It doesn't really bother me. This is what I will say. It's like you say, when it's your turn, right?
Yep.
Now, one of the things is a lot of the people who you see doing certain things, I don't know if they'll ever have a turn like that.
Which makes it even more ridiculous. Look. Lance, right now you do dates sometimes with Tony Roberts. You've never made a flyer saying, yo, Cleveland, I'm going to be in your city touring. Come check me out with no mention of Tony. It just sounds crazy. Nigga.
Nah, I ain't never done that. Every time I do it, I say me and Tony.
Nigga, Mike, when you've done days with Russell Peters or whatever, you've never been like, yeah, man, you know, I'm doing the Paramount Theater, baby. Like, what? Imagine at any level, imagine when Naeem does Plastic Cup Day shows, he does Plastic Cup Day shows. I ain't never seen this nigga be like, yeah, nigga, I'm headlining Staples. I'm at Staples, not headlining. Catch me on tour at Staples Center. He never did that. He posted a whole tour because it is a collective. Like, I used to go out of my way to do flyers, like when I would do the dates with DC. DC didn't ask me to do these flyers. Nobody did. But I put that nigga on the flyer. I put him on the flyer and I made him the biggest because it's his show. They're not here to see me.
Yeah.
It's his show, his tour, his dates is like, and when it's my dates, I will expect the same thing. I'm telling you, hey, for future reference, comics, if you do some dates with me and your funky ass put yourself on a flyer saying that you're going to be there, that's your last week, baby. You're off the show. I'm not going to talk to you about this. You're off. You've showed your hand. You're done. You're cooked. Now, you figure it out. I'm not even going to talk to you about it. I'm not gonna have no conversations with you. You just gonna put your little pussy ass flyers up, and I'm gonna say, "Hey man, don't worry about it, man. I ain't doing that city." Because I ain't doing that city no more. I can't. Oh man, yeah, I ain't gonna be there, and then I'm gonna do that bitch, nigga. I'm gonna do the city, but you just ain't gonna be there, nigga. But I said all that to say, in the essence of where jokes come from, like that's what I be thinking about. Like, Mike, you wasn't there. I did a bit Sunday, just freestyle. Like I hadn't said this shit on stage, but I was like I hear comedians say that comedy is like the hardest art form. I was like, nigga, I don't know, nigga. This rap shit is mad difficult, bro. It's like, nigga, if you're a comedian, you got places to perform. Nigga, you could perform at the Laugh Factory, at the Comedy Store. I say, nigga, rappers don't get to perform nowhere, nigga. You go see live music. And I asked the crowd, I was like, when's the last time you went to go see a rapper and you didn't know who they was? I was like, nigga, you never go. I was like, you think not doing a joke and not getting a laugh is hard? Nigga, doing a bar and expecting people to sing a song that they don't know, nigga, that's tough. So it's like, but it was one of those things I'm like, okay, this is a real thing that I'm experiencing. It's a real frustration now. Oh, this is a bit that I have to do now. Like, I'm at the factory tonight, and I'm like, okay, am I doing it tonight? And I host the factory tomorrow. I'm like, damn, how do I start how do I start working this bit? Because now that's where it's at now. It's like, I have to now work this bit until it's strong enough to, officially be part of the set.
Right. It's like, all right, is it ready to be a keeper with
the
set? That'd be the thing too, man. I got a lot of drop-ins and drop-outs. And it's funny, man, with a comedy being subjective like that. It's like, what do you decide to keep? That's why I need people to be like, hey, man, that should be in your, because I'm making the decisions like I do.
You know what the thing be with the keepers and the not keepers? It be the work. Like some jokes instantly work and you say, yep. And some jokes, it's there, but you got to figure it out. Do I feel like figuring it out? It's like if I meet a woman and this woman, I meet her and she's just in pocket. She's just in pocket from the jump.
And cozy in that motherfucker. She's sitting on that bitch like,
man, she ain't, you know what I mean? She don't want no problem.
She on the shirt pocket, nigga. Like.
She's just happy to be here, man. She's sweet, all of that. Now, this girl got the potential, and you could see it, even if she don't see it in herself. But I'm going to have to do some work. But I got this girl right here who just as pretty.
Yes.
I ain't got to do that much work.
Yeah.
That's what the joke be. It's like, this joke works. When I did Chocolate Sundaes, bro, that joke that I started off the second show with, the first time I ever told that joke in my life. But I knew when I wrote it, this joke is fine.
Yeah.
Because I did the joke the next night at the Improv, and I felt like I did it a lot better at the Improv. But that's because I had already said it once now.
Yeah.
And I had heard it different, and now I could play around with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some jokes is just like, oh, nah. At the very least, they'll laugh.
You ever have a joke and it's like, it's a joke. It's a joke that it's gonna rip, but it only works at a certain point in time in the set.
Yeah.
It's it's like this bit don't work if I open with it. But if y'all know me, this is one of my best bits.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you gotta remember, bro. So, and because they gonna post it, because I talked to Lonnie about it, so that she sent me like the whole thing, and that was the joke. I said, let's put that joke up. YouTube whenever they post it. But I came out the gates and it was all like Max jokes.
Yeah.
Which are scary.
Yes.
People get really uncomfortable when you talk about that, bro.
Yeah.
Because for all kind of reasons. You know what I mean? If you say something against it, people automatically say you're an anti and you're a Trump supporter and all this wild shit. If you say something for it, and then, so you took it, and so you said I should take it, and all of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
but I'm walking this fine line of I ain't speaking for it or against it. I'm just telling some jokes.
Yeah.
But that took time. You know what I mean? 'Cause I had to, like, I remember early on doing the jokes. Not the one, because the one joke was the one I literally had just wrote. But the rest of the bit, I like cut a bunch out because I was like, it's funny, but it's not really driving the point, and it's extra and it's overkill. You know what I mean? All of that kind of stuff that that goes into when you doing these jokes. It's like, all right, like, hey man, when you really player, it's gonna be some beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful, sweet, educated, successful, badass women. You just don't got time for it.
Yep, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, nah, I mean, no, you're great, but so is she. So, like, you know what I mean? That's how the tags in the joke be. It's like, damn, this might be somebody's closer. Because if I do that, then I gotta, and that.
Hey man, see, I always been like, why can't we keep them all?
No, but this is the kicker, Mike. 3 years later, you be like, oh yeah,
I got time now.
I got time now.
Bro, you know a joke was like that? Nigga, thumbs and elbows.
Yeah.
I want to say the show I did with you for the birthday with the lights on the shoot that I like filmed, that I was like, yeah, that I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna cut this into my special. And it was like the 3 cameras and shit.
With me?
I'm pretty sure it was your show. This is the it became what's called the Be Honest with Yourself special.
Yeah. You talking about the one we did at the Red Lion joint?
No, that's not the punchline.
Punchline one. Okay.
Yeah. So I remember, I think it's on there, and if it's not, it's on some piece of tape, like not too far after that, where I do thumbs and elbows, but it don't hit the same. It ain't hitting like it hit every time after that, because it's something about, just like you said, like it was something about the way that I was delivering it that wasn't connecting. This wasn't connecting. And I was like, look, I don't know what it is, but something's off about this bit. And then, and it was off for a while. It was off for like 2 years. And then finally it worked one day, and it never stopped working after that. Literally became the close after that. It was like, oh, I got time for you can spend a night, baby girl.
Yeah.
You can spend a night.
Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. And even I used to have this thing, because now everything is the jungle now. See, one of the things that we don't do is use our stand-ups for social media content, because that's what we have a wealth of. We have a wealth of stand-up. We be trying to create other stuff when we're masters at something else. And you know what I mean?
Hey man, I hate that. That's why I'm looking for the balance, and that's why I am releasing more stand-up. But because of that, man, it's like, why are we not using what we're great at? And I know why. It's because you burn it.
But do you actually burn it?
Right. So go ahead. Go. I want to see where you're going with this.
This is what I think. I think I do burn it, because like right now, like I got a special in my head right now. I got about 37 minutes of what I'm going to drop. I already know the closer and a bunch of those bits. I got strong video on them, like strong, but I don't want it, because when I want this joint to release, when I put it out, when I self-produce it, I want that to be the first time they see it, and then I'm going to clip it out to promote it.
But I think so. I don't know where you was gonna go, Lance, in the essence of like burning it, but I don't think that's the material, right? I don't think that putting up clips of stand-up is actually the win. I think doing stand-up is the win. So, and if nothing is new under the sun, nigga, I told Kev on stage, you're cheating. A nigga that's a really, really good comic, I was watching use his comedic chops to do bits about stuff that was happening like on the internet. And it's literally, but it's not he's not doing the stand-up and then sending it somewhere else. Because I believe that there is a disconnect for people. Like, yes, they're watching a stand-up clip, but people that watch stand-up, and they're like, the association is different. It's like the filter possession. Like, you did this thing, I wasn't there, and now I'm receiving it even though I wasn't there, right? You've put a filter on it of stand-up as opposed to, nah, I'm in my living room, and you know what's crazy? Dun, 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 and that being it. And making it that clean, that simple, like that talking to the camera, this is the special. The special's here, not here. Does that make sense? Like this is me watching somebody do stand-up, and this is me talking to you. Like, and I if you see the biggest people on social media, it's been like this. Sketch has been okay, but Just Hilarious is like this. Country Wayne is like this. Kev's like this. Most of the people at the very beginning, it was a lot of this. It was a lot of, I'm talking to you. And I feel like that mutated version is a win. And if you're quick enough to do it for what happened right now, you technically could have like a late night show.
Yeah, current events, hot topics.
Especially if you're not a topical comic.
Yeah.
It's like that, then you're really not burning. It's like, nigga, I don't even give a fuck about this. This just happened to be my take. I'm talking to y'all, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm. That was so, I know, Mike, you know Josh Wolf.
Yeah.
So I was with Josh last weekend, and I've been doing this thing for the Punchline where I like interview the comics on from their Instagram Live page. So if it's a comic coming in that weekend, I'll talk to them on Instagram Live.
The Punchline's page.
Punchline's page, yeah. So
who's gonna do it for July 4th?
Oh, it's gonna be lit. We gotta get what's her name, BT? We gotta get her back on. Nah, man.
Time?
No. Who was on Instagram Live? What's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Thick Overload.
Oh, yeah.
We gotta get Thick Overload from the Punchline page. This shit gonna be lit.
Punchline. What kind of show is this? A cracking one.
But I talked to Josh. So, Josh, I got a lot of love for Josh because 2013, I'm fairly new in comedy, and I was working with him at Punchline, and that was the first person I seen with the merch that was really moving. And he taught me a lot in that one night. He was selling books. He had wrote a book. He was selling books for like 30 a pop, and I watched them sell about at least 40 something books. What I seen. So I'm looking at that money like, yo, he just made a killing. But not just that, it was the connection that the fans had. Mm-hmm. Like everybody felt like, nah, he's celebrity to us, but he's more like this is like a tribe. Like some Tech 9 type shit.
Yeah.
Now we fast forward to today. And I'm talking to him. He got 6 sold out shows. He's not necessarily a household name. 6 sold out shows. Super big on YouTube. YouTube and Facebook. And he was telling me about the stand-up. He said when Schultz did his thing, Schultz, Mark Norman,
Mm-hmm.
one more of them guys who kind of been going that route.
Yeah.
He said they talked to him because he been doing it. So then I go to his YouTube. He got a special on YouTube that's at 10 million views.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, when he put his joints out there, he just put them out to YouTube and Facebook. Why not?
Mm.
Anything else would be ego. Like if I go do a Netflix thing, it's just my ego saying I'm on Netflix. But it's not going to better my financial situation or nothing like that.
No, Josh is like, that's a, because I wonder how much of that was also from the books. Like people also just being a fan of the books and shit.
All different. I asked all these questions, bro. He said, so what happened was, you know, he was on Chelsea lately. Right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He was on Chelsea lately, and he was because that's when I met him. The credit was Chelsea lately. It was Chelsea, and he said, but what he realized was people were coming to see him, but that wasn't his base. They were coming because they loved Chelsea.
Yes,
and he was like, I appreciate them, but that's not my base. So I had to build my own base. And now I got my tribe. So of course, some people who came from the Chelsea situation was like, no, we're gonna be fans of you forever. But you know, it wasn't that. It's like, if everybody who loved The Office came to see Mike, it's like y'all love The Office.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I need y'all to love Mike E. Winfield.
Because when they love you, it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And that's what, it's a lot of those guys, man, who have done that, man, and they've done it in such an independent route. Like you talked about Kev, but you know what I mean? But it's all, man, that whole All Def crew is like that. And
absolutely
Tony Baker, then you go to over to the 85 South crew.
Yep.
And then you go over to the like the Joey Diaz types.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody under that umbrella. It's beautiful to watch. It's inspiring, but it also lets you know you can build your own joint too.
Mm-hmm.
It's two things. You got to have the work and the information, and one doesn't work without the other.
Right.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's it's super powerful, man. You can really make a moment out of. You can really make a moment out of like those kind of situations because man.
No, man, I'm with you. The crazy part too is when you got the stuff already. You already got the content. You just got to have the information.
Okay, so two things. One, Mike, I am convinced. One, it is very different for you to show up in a room and you're hilarious. Like the crowd's unsure of what's going to happen and you just destroy that bitch. That's beautiful. Beautiful. It's different when them niggas love you, they showed up to see you, and then you deliver. Because they're there for you, and you specifically, and you didn't let them down. You didn't let them down on a friend that they drug with them that didn't know you. You didn't let them down like you delivered on their expectations and then some. And then the addendum to that is, we was talking about good tape earlier. At this point in time, I'm convinced that high quality film footage photos, like good tape of you, can change everything. Okay. Let's say you just start filming yourself, right? Under intense, high quality footage of you. Right? Like it's like, no, like, and this is what your Instagram is. Your Instagram is just amazing photos, amazing TV quality, like everything's at a immensely high quality. People will stop calling you for fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody will call you for bullshit. They be like, well, nigga, I see what you be on.
Yeah.
Ain't no reason for me to call you. You be on that, nigga.
Yeah, I can't call you for this. I can't call you. I'm calling you being all regular.
They won't even call you for that kind of shit. And then you can make the difference on who you do and don't want to do it. But I believe the bigger calls will probably be attached to it. Like on some like I was thinking, like, you know, obviously this is more music shit, but like if the videos look good and the music's mixed well, then niggas don't know where you are musically. All they need to see then is just you on stage at a concert with a whole bunch of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's going right over there. But I think we could do that as comics as well.
Absolutely. And need to. Like, what if all comics treated their Instagram like bad bitches?
Right.
Like, only take professional pictures, only do professional videos.
Yeah.
Like, nothing regular. Never see me without my makeup.
Right.
You know, that type of thing.
Always back to the camera, always looking over the shoulder. You know what I mean? Always some sand in the back, but you know I couldn't afford the trip by myself, but you can't see this old white man hand. You know what I mean? Always a margarita. Always quoting Sweetie. Always thinking, that's my best friend. She a real bad bitch. always Fenty Beauty, you know what I mean? Always wear rockin' Fashion Nova. Always selling flat tummy tea. Always talking about how they don't want to heal a man that just got their BBL.